You accuse someone of stealing your food. They call you a liar. There's no police officer to summon, no judge to decide who's right, and no locked door to hide behind when the argument turns ugly. So what stops one angry person from smashing your skull? For most of human history, order didn't come from institutions. It came from people watching you. That sounds weak, but it wasn't. Stone Age people left no transcripts of their arguments, so archaeology can't tell you exactly what someone shouted beside a fire 20,000 years ago. Researchers instead combine physical evidence with cautious comparisons to recent hunter-gatherer societies. Those societies aren't frozen copies of the past, but they reveal how small communities can maintain order without police, courts, or permanent chiefs. The first weapon was reputation. In a small mobile camp, nearly everyone knew who shared food, who started fights, and who couldn't be trusted. You couldn't disappear into a city of strangers. Your survival depended on the same people you might be tempted to cheat. What happened if you became too aggressive? Anthropologist Christopher Boehm examined dozens of small-scale societies for his 1993 study of what he called reverse dominance. In plain English, the group joined forces to stop one person from becoming a bully. They criticized, mocked, disobeyed, avoided, or expelled anyone who pushed too far. No badge was needed because the crowd was the authority. Sometimes the warning arrived as a joke. Anthropologist Richard Borchet saw this among the Juwinsi of southern Africa. When a hunter returned with a large animal, others might insult the meat and call it worthless. Why humiliate the person feeding everyone? Because success could become arrogance, and arrogance could become control. The mockery delivered a simple message: you did well, but you're not above the group. A joke could deflate a dangerous ego before it became a dangerous conflict. Then came gossip, and although it sounds petty today, in a small camp it could function like a public record. It told everyone who broke promises, who refused to share, and whose version of an argument seemed believable. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner analyzed 174 conversations among the Juwinsi for a 2014 study. Daytime talk often covered practical problems and behavior that deserved criticism. Around the fire at night, stories, jokes, and conversations could also repair relationships strained during the day. Picture the scene. You're furious because another hunter claims part of your kill. Voices rise. Relatives step closer, not as uniformed officers, but as witnesses with influence over both of you. Then someone mocks your dramatic anger, while an elder retells what happened and others discuss who normally shares fairly. By sunset, the argument is no longer just your word against theirs. The camp's memory is deciding which story fits the people involved. If tension remains, one person may leave for another camp. Mobile communities often had social connections beyond a single group, so distance could cool a feud. But repeated aggression could bring something worse than a fine: abandonment by the people you needed for food, care, information, and protection. The counterintuitive part is that Stone Age order may have depended less on strength than on vulnerability. Even a powerful fighter still needed allies. One person couldn't hunt, gather, watch children, treat injuries, remember water sources, and stay awake against danger alone. Cooperation wasn't politeness, it was survival. That doesn't mean prehistoric life was peaceful. At Jebel Sahaba in the Nile Valley, Isabel Crevecoeur and colleagues re-examined 61 ancient individuals and found more than 100 healed and unhealed injuries, including wounds from stone projectiles. The pattern suggests repeated episodes of violence. Nataruk in Kenya also preserves evidence of violent deaths, although researchers still debate exactly what happened there. Bones can prove that violence occurred, but they can't prove that every disagreement became violent. Most conflicts leave no skeleton behind. A sarcastic joke, a tense conversation, or a decision to change camps vanishes completely. Yet those invisible solutions may have prevented countless arguments from reaching the archaeological record. You still live inside a version of that camp. A bad review can punish a business. A group chat can destroy someone's reputation. Public ridicule can challenge a powerful person, while social exclusion can still feel like a threat to survival. The uniforms are new, but the instincts aren't. When there was no police officer to summon, the people watching you became the law.